Hi, I'm Marc DiBenedetto alongside Casey Clark, Taylor Denson, and Stu Lovejoy. It's finally here, Williams Week, and with the win over Bates last weekend, the Bantams are getting ready to invade Williamstown. TSN Football, coming at you! My focus of the week is on ball control and playing mistake-free football. Every year, the Trinity Williams rivalry game is close. Very often, just one play can swing the momentum of the entire game. A crucial mistake or lapse in concentration can be just as important of a moment as any big play. Last week versus a relatively weak Bates team, it seemed like the Bantams' concentration could have been off when they muffed 3 punts, fumbled a pitch, fumbled a snap, and dropped the ball while attempting to punt it away. Not to mention collecting 43 penalty yards on 7 penalties. I expect the Bantams to be a lot more focused this week against Williams, and they better be if they expect to have any success.
My focus of the week is the big three, defensive line. Anchoring the middle, the senior nose guard, D.L. McDonald, the sophomores, Lyle Baker and Nate Sire on the ends. This is a very young and fresh new defensive line. Last year's front was dominated by an all-senior brick wall of tackling chaos. This young Bantams D-line really needs to kick their game speed up a few notches and break apart a solid F's O-line. Because up in Williamstown, there's a junior QB, Adam Marski, who likes to air the ball out and throw multiple TDs per game. If the Bantams defense wants to have any chance of slowing down a fast-paced, high-performing F's offense, these front three guys are going to need to break through the O-line pass protection and get Marski out of his comfort zone. Let's see how well the Bant's sophomore ends can respond to the call and add some numbers to the sack column.
My focus this week is going to be the pass defense. Williams quarterback Adam Marski really tore apart the Colby defense last year. He really stuck it to him on the second play of the first offensive drive, scoring a quick TD and really making a long day for the Colby defense. Marski completed 22 of 27 passing for 3 touchdowns and 277 yards, so it's fair to say he's going to be a real threat this weekend. While the Bantams managed to contain Bates last weekend to only 17 pass yards, they didn't register any picks and only managed to sack the QB 3 times. Needless to say, the Bantams are going to need to step it up this weekend at Williams against such a surgical quarterback.
My focus of the week is the Trinity defensive backs. Last week, the Bantams' pass defense managed to hold Bates quarterback Trevor Smith to only 5 completions for 17 yards. However, this week, the Bantams face a whole new animal in the Williams College Fs. In their first game against Colby, the Fs racked up 295 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. The experienced Bantams defensive backfield, led by seniors Julian Brown, Nick Campbell, and Ray Haynes, will have their hands full with the Fs receivers, but expect the Bantams to come up big and hold another opponent to a subpar game through the air.
This week is running back number 22, Evan Bunker. Last year, Bunker garnered an All-NESCAC first-team selection after a breakout season as a freshman. Bunker is known as a banger in the backfield, and his knack for seeming to always fall forward is his greatest strength. Last year, he led the Bantams with 853 total rushing yards on the season, and last week, he picked up right where he left off, rushing for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. This week against Williams, Bunker will need to step up once again and help wear down the East defense. A strong performance by Bunker will be essential to the Bantams going on the road and getting a victory.
My player to watch for this week is senior nose guard, D.L. McDonald. As I mentioned earlier, D.L. is accompanied by 2 young and inexperienced sophomore defensive linemen who are coming into the starting rotation to fill the shoes of last year's senior-heavy defensive front. The key to defeating Williams is to not give junior QB Marski any time to throw the ball to as many receiving options in order to alleviate some pressure from the Bant's secondary. D-Mac will need to let his presence be known on the line and show his teammates how a 6'2", 240 Bantam pain train attacks the opposing QB like he did with Bates last weekend. Look for 63 to come up with a few sack punches this week against Williams.
My player to watch for this week against Williams is fullback Michael Budness. Number 34 Budness is coming in at 6 feet, 218 pounds, and last year was the Trinity Offensive Rookie of the Year. As a freshman, he really didn't see all that much action in the wake of guys like Josh Golden and competing for carries with Crick and Bunker, but he still managed to get 8 carries for a very respectable 6.9 yard average. Last weekend, Budness came up with an 11-yard reception for Trinity's first touchdown, and then rushed in for another TD on Bates' 1-yard line. All on this, a day with 9 carries for 42 yards, and tack on 4 receptions for another 36 yards. Obviously, he's only seeing a third of the carries for the Bantams, but he did have the most targets Sunday while receiving. Budness is really just a phenomenal player and a great utility guy for Trinity's offense right now, so be sure to look out for number 34 against Williams this Saturday.
My player to watch is senior safety number 21, Julian Brown. The Chestnut Hill Academy product started the 2012 season in a big way last week versus Bates, totaling 6 tackles, including 2 tackles for loss and a monster sack of Bates quarterback Trevor Smith. This week against Williams, he will again need to make a huge impact for the Bantams, especially since the Eves are a team that is much more proficient in the passing game than Bates. Expect Brown to come out flying and to make a big impact all over the field for the second week in a row. Lock it up, because that's a TD guarantee.
Okay guys, time to predict the scores for Saturday's game. I think the Bantams are going to wear down the Williams defense with the rushing game and pull out a very close one, 28-27. Mason?
I think the Bantams defense is going to have a really tough challenge against the F's offense, but I'm going to go with Bantams 28-24.
Guys, I'm thinking that it's going to be pretty much along the lines of what you've been talking about. I think Bants pull out a close one, 21-17.
I mean, I agree with all you guys. It's going to be close, but with 2 high-powered offenses, I'm going to go 31-28.
Okay. If you can't make it up to the game in Williams on Saturday, then be sure to listen live on WRTC.com with Stu Lovejoy and myself bringing you the broadcast.